Hey everyone. Um, this is Alex here, and I figured I would just kind of get this started, get it over with, get the ball rolling, if you will. Um, yeah. Anyways, I'm hoping to log my progress on this game that I'm building because it's a project that I'm very excited about, and I have some big ideas for where it can go. But every journey starts with a first step. So let me begin by introducing this game. So the idea is that this game will eventually be a sort of tower defense game, but with more or less a free-form type of map. So the idea is that the map in this game is not fixed necessarily. Obviously, there's these permanent objects here that you can see in the map, but you know, the idea is that you can use those to your benefit, and you'll fend off waves of enemies um, and progress through the levels and upgrade your character, upgrade your towers, all that kind of fun stuff. So, anyways, the main character in this game is an adorable little seal because who doesn't love a cute little seal? And so he's got these fun little wiggling animations to go all around the map. And, I'm not the best pixel art kind of person, but honestly, I'm pretty proud of these little seal animations and the art that I've done here so far. Um, and since this is supposed to be a devlog, I figured I'd start with showing off kind of what I've got going in the game. So obviously now I have the seal character, and I've actually got collision with the world here. Um, and so this world can be expanded pretty easily. I'm able to add these barriers in and kind of create more and more of the world super super easily, which is something that I'm pretty proud of. It took me a while to get to that point. Anyways, I've got the camera following the main character, and um, one of the biggest features of this game is going to be the building. So let me show you that. So I've got this button here. It's just kind of a placeholder. I can make it all pretty later, but obviously, getting a game off the ground is all about getting the base functionality in. So, anyways, you toggle on the build mode, and then you can kind of see the art style I'm going for here. Um, I'm trying to keep in the style that anything that the seal builds is kind of made of ice, and then anything that is permanent and in the world is going to be kind of like stony themed. But anyways, so um, you can see there's a grid here, which the towers will conveniently snap to, so you don't have to worry about like odd placement and like strange overlaps and whatnot. But so far, I only have the barrier tower implemented. And actually, while I'm on the topic of building, you can actually see that the grid ends out here, and the character can actually can actually go outside of it. But eventually I'll be adding some art, like some mountains or something that will keep you bound inside of the world. I haven't decided quite how large I want to make the world. Honestly, I wanted it to be pretty expansive with like different biomes and whatnot, but that's for later. So, anyways, let me show you the building. It's pretty simple right now. There's only one tower. Um, but you place it down, and if I turn off building mode here, you can see that there's like a central pillar, which was the projection that you saw, and then I've added this little ice perimeter around it to kind of show you where the hitbox is for it. But I do actually have collision working for this, and you can I don't know if you can actually see here, um, but yeah, so like the overlap of the seal here goes behind the tower, but over the tile, which I'm pretty happy to have gotten working. But additionally, if you put some towers next to each other, they connect. They connect up, and honestly, I just thought it just made visual sense. And oh yeah, by the way, if you're in between two tiles and try to walk into them, the game physics right now is a little wonky. I can look into it, but anyways, it makes you kind of bounce around like that. But I'll get that fixed. No worries. But yeah, so the idea is that when you build like a perimeter of sorts, the towers can connect up, and you have a nice visual representation of the hitboxes and the towers and whatnot. Um, but anyways, so I'm going to just for debug, you can obviously reset the towers. I just have it nice and conveniently just as I'm placing towers so that the whole map doesn't get super crowded and whatnot. Um, but yeah, this is most of the progress so far. Um, I just figured it would be better to make this devlog sooner rather than later. Oh gosh, what just happened there? Uh oh, I found a bug. Anyways, let me boot it back up for you guys. Um, the idea is that this game is in a state that I feel like it's going to start taking off pretty soon, and there's going to be plenty of progress to report on. Honestly, I probably could have made a few devlogs out of the progress that I've made so far, even up to this point. But I'm actually really excited for where this game is supposed to go. I think it brings a little something new to the gaming world that kind of has yet to be tapped into. Um, but I am going to keep that a secret for now, at least. You guys will see what it is soon enough. But yeah, besides this being a kind of free-form tower defense of sorts, I kind of wanted to add maybe some RPG aspects to it. I mentioned upgrading your character, so the point of having a character is that you can do things. So besides building, the idea is that you can um, like attack enemies and maybe repair towers and whatnot. But yeah, so the main game loop is to maybe sure it'll be to defend against waves of enemies, but I also had the idea to keep it interesting to have certain items around the map that you have to go explore for, and then in order to unlock those items, you had to then defend waves of enemies, while your character, digs out from the snow like an item, or while you set down like a tower that will like dig for you or something like that. The just the idea that it forces you to explore in order to make your character more powerful and maybe unlock new towers. But it'll keep it interesting, especially with the enemy aspect, because um, as I'll go into later, um, the enemies are going to be pretty interesting in this game, and I'm hoping that you'll see some very interesting behavior, and essentially no two gameplays are going to be different. You can go after items. I think those will be in a pretty static location, um, but for the most part, um, the game is what you make it, and I think it's going to be pretty fun. I'll actually show you really quick. It's going to go dark, but I'm going to show you that I already have the enemies added. Okay, so here I'm showing you that I actually have the enemies already kind of added. So right now I'm just controlling this one with my keyboard. But just like the character, um, this one can move around. This enemy type, this class, can move around. And right now it's kind of strange because it follows the camera, and the camera follows the seal. So the enemy is kind of drifting with the character as I move the character. But the enemy can move independently, um, and so yeah, and I have collision working with the enemy as well, so I'll place these towers down. Oops, there's the colliders, a little bit behind the scenes, but you can see that the seal can't go through the towers, and neither can the enemy. So um, as the enemy tries to go in, it just doesn't quite happen. So yeah, the idea is that the enemies will come in waves. There's going to be plenty of them. Maybe on the order of 10 to 100. We'll see how performance is, but you know to keep the game interesting, um, these enemies will certainly have different enemy types and whatnot. Um, but for now, I feel like this game is certainly at a point where it can kind of take off in different directions. The baseline of what I really want is here. Um, and yeah, I'm excited for future progress. This circle at the top here is actually going to be something. And then the UI, like these buttons and all that, is going to get cleaned up. I'll be adding like tower selections, kind of like maybe on the bottom or on the side here. Um, and yeah, I have thought of a story. I think it's a little bit goofy, but I can share that later if anyone is interested. But for now, I think I'm just content showing off the progress I've made on this game. It's kind of helped me hang in there through some tough times and just kind of apply myself. Um, but I can't get over how adorable this seal is, so I thought I might as well show the world.